Back in the day, it seemed like there was almost a trend of new metal bands covering songs from artists such as George Michael, The Police, and Tears for Fears. And we're going to talk about a few of these covers today. Before I go any further, I want to mention that TikTok is more than likely going to get banned here in the US within about a week or so. So if I were you guys, I would definitely follow me on other platforms. My handle is MattCan2Music, anywhere that you could think of. One of the first covers that I remember hearing was Disturbed taking on Shout by Tears for Fears. And it's a solid cover in my opinion. But now I want to talk about two cover songs that arguably gave these bands their entire career. And that is, of course, Blue Monday by Orgy, originally by New Order, and Smooth Criminal by Alien Ant Farm, originally by Michael Jackson. To this day, I'm pretty sure there's people that only know Orgy and Alien Ant Farm from these cover songs. But Alien Ant Farm, to me at least, has always been a very underrated band, and they dropped a new record not too long ago that's really solid, and it does have a cover of Everything She Wants by Wham. Now, speaking of Wham, let's talk about George Michael for a second, arguably the only member of Wham that people care about, because Limp Bizkit covered Faith on their very first record, $3 Bill Y'all. This isn't a new wave song by any means, but it is still a cover and it was very iconic for the scene, so I feel like if I don't talk about it, somebody's gonna let me know about it in the comments. And that is Korn's cover of Wicked by Ice Cube featuring Chino Moreno from Deftones on vocals. And I might be a little biased because Korn is my favorite band of all time, but this cover is absolutely incredible. Wicked, somebody have to keep on the volume, wicked, somebody have to keep on the volume. Now the genre of nu metal is known for many different things, but arguably one of the main things it's known for is Ozfest. And out of every single nu metal band that was on that bill, Cold Chamber managed to get an Ozzy Osbourne feature for their cover of Shock the Monkey by Peter Gabriel. And this is one of those covers where people either really love it or hate it. There's like no in between with this thing. Personally, I think it's solid. In the Air Tonight by Phil Collins is one of those songs that probably should not be covered unless you're Nonpoint, because this cover is absolutely incredible. I might even prefer it over the original. But several years later, Nonpoint did the unthinkable and they pulled out a cover of When Doves Cry by Prince, and it's better than Metallica's version at least. Do y'all remember when Machine Head had a bit of a nu metal phase back in 1999? Because you should, this record is incredible. And sandwiched right in the middle of the Burning Red is a cover of Message in a Bottle by The Police. Machine Head isn't the only band that would cover The Police as well, because Mudvayne also did a cover of King of Pain. And I'm pretty sure y'all remember CKY, right? And if you don't, shame on you, listen to 96 Quite Bitter Beings, and that's basically all you need. Nearly a decade ago, CKY parted ways with original vocalist and guitarist Darren Miller, and he went on to create 96 Bitter Beings. Off of their 2018 album Campaign, there is a cover of Beat It by Michael Jackson, which is, again, really incredible. And if you were ever curious as to what that iconic guitar riff from Beat It would sound like with Darren Miller's guitar tone, here you go. Some of y'all were probably waiting for this to come up on the list. We got Cars by Fear Factory, originally by Gary Newman. There was also the band Murder Dolls covering White Wedding by Billy Idol. Drowning Pool did a cover of this song as well. Matt from the future here. I completely messed up on that one. Drowning Pool covered Rebel Yell by Billy Idol, and so did Dope, and Queensryche, and Black Veil Brides. Everybody loves Billy Idol, apparently. Just in case you're unaware, this is Joey Jordison right here. Joey from Slipknot, one of his many side projects. Speaking of Slipknot, Corey Taylor was Stone Sour covering Wicked Game. We can't talk about Wham and George Michael without also mentioning Seether's cover of Careless Whisper. And while not a new wave band by any means, POD did do a cover of Bullet the Blue Sky by U2, so I'm just throwing it in here. Now, out of all of these cover songs, which one was your favorite, and which ones did I leave out? Please let me know in the comments.